Good morning, children. Last class we have seen about synthetic fibers. Yes, today we are going to see about plastics. So plastic is also a polymer like the synthetic fiber. So we know that polymer means it is formed by the many units of chemical substance. Yes, so plastic is also a polymer like synthetic fiber. All plastic do not have the same type of arrangement of units. In some it is linear, in others it is cross-linked. Okay, so plastic particles are available in all possible shape and size. Plastic are easily moldable. We can easily mold the plastic and can be changed in any form. So plastic can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, then we can roll it into sheets or made into wires. That's why it finds such a variety of uses. Okay, so plastic it can be molded into different shape and size. We can recycle plastic, reuse the plastic, we can color it, melt it, we can roll it into sheets and made into wires. Understood, children? Now we can see the types of plastics. So there are two types of plastics. They are thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Okay, so what is meant by thermoplastics? So if we are taking plastic articles, they can bend easily. Yes, when we are applying some force, they can easily bend. So when we are adding hot water to a plastic bottle, it gets deformed and can be bent easily. So such plastic which get deformed easily on heating. So when we are heating it, it will be converted into different shape, can bend easily. Okay, so such type of plastic is called thermoplastic. Example for thermoplastics are PVC. PVC means polyvinyl chloride. So polythene and PVC are some of the examples of thermoplastic. These are used for manufacturing toys, homes and various type of containers. Okay, so thermoplastics are the plastic which can be deformed easily on heating, can be bent easily. So example of thermoplastic is polyethylene and PVC, and these thermoplastics are used for manufacturing toys, homes and various types of containers. Now we can see another type of plastic, that is thermosetting plastic. So what is meant by thermosetting plastic? Some plastics when molded once cannot be softened by heating. So we know the thermoplastic, once we get heated, it can be softened and can be molded, it can be deformed easily. Yes, but thermosetting plastics, when we once we molded, it cannot be softened by heating. Example for thermosetting plastics are bakelite and melamine. So now we can see about bakelite. So bakelite is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. It do not conduct heat and electricity. So it is used for making switches, handles of utensils. So bakelite, they are poor conductor of heat and electricity. So they are used for making switches, handles of utensils. Here you can see the picture of bakelite. Now melamine. Melamine is a versatile material. Here you can see the picture. So it can resist fire and can tolerate better than plastic. So they are it can resist fire and they can tolerate better than other plastic. They can tolerate the heat. So it is used for making floor tiles, kitchenware and fabrics. So now plastics as materials of choice. Today if we think of storing a food item like water, milk or pickles, dry food, etc., plastic containers seem most convenient because of their lightweight, because the plastic contain lightweight and they are lower and they have good strength and easy handling, so it can be used for storing food items, water, milk, dry food, etc. So plastics are also used in cars, aircrafts and spacecrafts. It is also used for making articles like slippers and furniture decoration process. So it can be used for making slippers, then furniture's decoration process also we are using plastic as choice of material. So now let us discuss the characteristics property of plastics. So first is plastic is non-reactive. You know that metals like iron get rusted as when left exposed to moisture and air. So when we are exposing iron or like any metals, when it is exposed to air and moisture, it get rusted. But plastic do not react with water and air. Okay, so plastic is non-reactive. And not only that, they are non-corroded. It cannot be corroded easily. That's why they are used to store various kinds of materials, including many chemicals. So the plastic cannot be corroded easily, so it can be used to store various kinds of materials, including many chemicals can be stored in the plastics bottle. Now next characters of the plastic is it is light, strong and durable. So in our home, if you are talking with your parents or grandparents about the types of buckets that were used in the past, so they will say that plastic is very light and strong. It can be used for a long time and can be molded into different shapes and size. Okay, so that only because of this light, strong and durable property of plastic, it can be molded in different size and shape and it is used for various purposes. Plastic are generally cheaper than metals. They are widely used in industries and for household articles. Now, next characteristic of the plastic is plastic are poor conductors. So, plastic are poor conductors of heat and electricity. That's why electrical wires have plastic covering and handles of screwdrivers are made of plastic. Okay, because they are poor conductors of heat electricity, they are used for covering electric wire and for making handles of screwdrivers. And not only that, we can use plastic for making handles of frying pans. Now we can see about plastic related to environment. So plastic will cause series of harmful effects in the environment. So when we go to the market, we usually get things wrapped in plastic or packed in polythene bags, isn't it? That is one reason why plastic waste keeps getting accumulated in our home. So plastic find its way to the garbage, but disposal of plastic is a major problem. Why the disposal of plastic is a major problem? Because we know that there are two, based on the decomposition, we can classify the material into two types. They are biodegradable materials and non-biodegradable substances. So biodegradable means the material which can be decomposed through natural process by bacteria. So by the action of bacteria, this material can be decomposed by natural process. But some of the materials which is not easily decomposed by natural process, so they are called as non-biodegradable. Why the disposal of plastic is a major problem? Because plastic is a non-biodegradable waste material. So here you can see the tabular column, which is representing the types of waste and what is the time taken to degenerate and nature of the material also. So peels of vegetable, fruits, leftover foodstuff, it will take 1 to 2 weeks to degenerate, and they are biodegradable waste. Then paper, it will take 10 to 30 days to decompose, and they are also biodegradable waste. Then cotton cloth, it will take 2 to 5 months to degrade, and it is also a biodegradable waste. But wood, it will take 10 to 15 years to degrade, it is also biodegradable waste. Woolen cloths, it will take about a year, it is also a biodegradable. And metals like tin, aluminium and other metal cans, it will take 100 to 500 years, they are non-biodegradable. So it is taking many years to degrade, so they are considered as non-biodegradable. Then plastic bags, it will take several years to degrade, so non-biodegradable. That's why we are saying that disposal of plastic waste is very problematic. So plastic takes several years to decompose. We can say it is not environment friendly. So it causes environment pollution. It does not get completely burned. If you are burning plastic also, it will not get completely burnt. It releases poisonous fumes into the atmosphere while burning, which causes air pollution. So plastic, when we are burning, it will release poisonous fumes which will cause air pollution. Then, so it very important, one of the best way to avoid plastic is that we have to avoid the use of plastic. So instead of plastic, we can make use of bags which is made of cotton or jute. So the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately and disposed of separately. So next one method is we can recycle the plastic waste. That is one of the method. Okay. So most of the thermoplastics can be recycled. Okay. So during recycling, certain coloring agents will be added and it can be recycled. So our duty is, as a responsible citizen, we have to remember the 5R principle. What is 5R principle? You have learned in 6th, 7th standard. That is reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. So every time as a responsible citizen, children, we have to follow this 5R principle, that is reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. So by this we can make our environment as a good condition. We can prevent the pollution and harmful effects caused in environment. So I hope that you all understand about this topic. So if you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.